All right, everybody. Sorry about that. We are live on YouTube. Question and answer today. A lot of big stuff happening in land. Excited to talk about it today with everybody. All right. We will get started here in a few minutes. Get your questions in the chat. I'm going to get a question of the day here. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. Like, what is going on with my computer?
What's wrong with it?
Like, my mic was on my space bar. I couldn't do anything.
Welcome in, guys. We're live, right?
Yep, we are live. What I want for the question of the day, guys, I just want, like, honestly, for a question today, I want you guys to bring us a question. Like, what is one question you had to answer in land? Because this is a Q&A today. I want everyone participating in terms of, like, land investing. What are your questions about land investing? We're not going to do, like, a question of the day where we're asking you something today. Today, Daniel and I will answer as much as we can. Get questions in the chat, guys. Whatever question, like, there is so much opportunity right now in this business. We want to be here to help you guys as much as possible here today.
Absolutely, guys. Excited to be back for another webinar here. Q&As are sometimes the most fun because it can go in any direction what you guys bring. So literally, we can go down rabbit holes of whatever you guys want.
But yeah, it doesn't have to
be here, guys.
Well, as you guys get these questions in, again, our question of the day for you guys, our assignment of the day for you guys is put a question. What is one question you have about this business?
Put that up.
How do I write this?
Just say in the chat, put one question you have about this business or something you're facing. How's that?
Yeah, like that.
There's been studies on people's brains changing because of AI. Like, instead of thinking, you don't think through things as much. Have you seen those?
I've seen it in action. We talked about.
Yeah, I know. But you start to go like, first step instead of thinking through it is to go to ChatGPT or go to AI and ask it instead of trying to think through it. And then they said it's really good for your brain and you learn. If you try to think through it, here's what this email is going to say. Here's what I'm going to say to this seller here. And you're thinking through everything yourself and then go to it. And then it teaches you back. And that's a great way to learn. That's like having a coach instead of like just having it do stuff for you.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. In the chat, guys, your assignment for today is just put one question you guys have. We're going to get through. We're going to get through as many questions as possible today. Is there a way to show?
I was wondering when someone was going to comment on my. Someone commented one time that I had a spill here. Have you seen that?
Yeah, you're always coming into here with.
Well, it's because I get in the ice bath before, and then I get out, and if I wear my necklace under the shirt, water collects on it, and then that's why I pulled it out.
Speaking of water, I'm gonna grab a glass of water. I'll be right back.
Sounds good, guys. We'll get started. Well, I guess we are started. Someone asked, how do you get started? Recommended amount of money to start. If I started only with handwritten direct mail, we'll get to that. Chase Cash. Rick, do you ever acquire on-market land deals? Great question. We'll get to that. My goodness. Oh, Andreas, you noticed? Not good. I'll have to hide it better. Survey hack. Would you first quality the county on zoning regulations before pulling land portal list? These are really, really solid questions, guys. I'm going to get to all of this stuff. No problem if you don't have a Q cap. We'll get to, there's plenty of other ones in here as well. Wait for Ron to get back. Pepper Dice, can you make the course subscription instead of a one-time payment? Pepper Dice, there's a free trial land portal below. In the description, yeah, I'm making sure it's there. And in there's LP University too. That's a subscription without an upfront cost. And there's Land Portal University. We'll show you in a bit, but there's really, really, really good course material from some of the best educators in the space, including Ron and I and tons of other people. It's a really, really good place to start. I know he was asking about subscription model for the courses and stuff.
Yeah.
That worked. In the chat, put one question you have about this.
Yeah, we got more than one.
Yeah, that worked. So let's start busting through them, Ron.
All right, let's go. I got 20 pinned right now. Keep pinning them as they're coming through, Dan. I can't see both. I can't see the new ones coming in. And I'm gonna some questions are very repeated, guys. So like how much money to get started, how to get started. Multiple people ask that stuff. I love it. How to get started. Dan just talked about it. Honestly, guys, and there's a free trial. So if you guys look below in the description, like I would go sign up for Land Portal, sign up for the free trial, and go through Land Portal University. Like there are so many different paths for this business. Everyone thinks like land is land. Like, yeah, land is land, but there's so many different ways to make money in this business. And that's why we brought in the best educators, the best minds in land to create this with us. So yeah, that's what I would do is sign up for a free trial, start consuming content.
Yep. Great land investing course for free. You can start just like that other question. So that kind of knocked 2 questions out there. What's the next
How do we feel today? We're doing well. Checking in from Bedford, Texas. DJ, appreciate you. DJ is
DJ Destroy.
DJ is an OG here. Is that what they say?
Yeah, he's been around. All right. What we got next? Keep busting them out.
Texas is awesome. We actually have a really exciting partnership coming out with Launch Control here. So we're doing a lot of content with Launch Control on texting, on different stuff. They just had some new stuff come out within the software, and it's working really well. I was talking to someone from their staff today. They said their response rate has really increased with some of these changes they've made.
So someone was saying a 20% response rate recently, or like 18, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, they've changed a lot of things, and it's working better. Yeah. So yeah, texting, I fully support texting. It's a good starting point. It matters your time. Like whenever there's probably some other marketing questions in here, whenever you are deciding about like what marketing avenue you are getting into, you want to think about how much time do you have available and how much money. Text is kind of in the middle in terms of time and money. If you're talking about cold calling, text, and direct mail is really expensive, but it doesn't take a lot of time. Texting somewhere in between, cold calling yourself takes a lot of time, not very expensive.
Yep. Let's keep going. Nice questions there. How do you pinpoint the perfect county? Pepperdice asked. Am I saying that? Pepperdice? But there's an E.
Peppered rice or peppered ice.
Oh, peppered ice. Thank you. I was saying peppered rice. There's no R. Okay. Peppered ice. How do you pinpoint the perfect county? You want to, in Land Portal, there's a market research section. You want to go there and look at, there's a drill deep section, and then go state by state. So start in an area. Don't look for like any county in the US. Start in a region, Western Tennessee, Western North Carolina, Central Georgia, around Atlanta. Pick a market first, and then pinpoint around that market and compare counties. You want to look in Land Portal University too, Pepperdice, there is a course on market selection. A lot of them, lots of information on it, on choosing the best county. But for the sake of this, I'll tell you a few things. Look at you want fairly low days on market, under 100. You want to look at the sell-through rate, like how much is on the market versus how much is selling. And you want to make sure that's a decent ratio to make sure, about the same on the market than selling. You don't want a ton of things for sale. Population density, you don't want a market that's the most dense, like a urban area for this business model. So you want to don't have that dense, like you don't want to be above a few hundred typically population density. Those are some small rule of thumbs, but dive into it. And in that market research area, there's a lot of information.
Really good question there. I like that question. Market research we have a ton of content, guy. I think you probably said that, Dan. We've done a ton of free YouTube videos, YouTube lives. You go back in the library, you'll find something like, how do you choose a market? How do I find people to go in with me?
Partners.
You're talking about money partners, partnering a deal, or are you trying to start?
No, I think business partners, Ron.
Business partners, you got to network. Like getting in these networks, groups are important, talking to people, but you don't want to force a partnership. I know you've talked about this a lot, Dan.
Yeah, don't even think about it. Yeah, unless it falls naturally in your lap, don't even have an open mind with it. Like maybe this person can come a partner, but if you start searching, you're going to start forcing, and like, it's a business partner. This is like, there literally be like blood, sweat, and tears, just like they say. Like there's just a lot that goes into it over the longevity. You need a good person, like the right person to be on your team. You do not want to force it. I'd rather go by myself. And I asked with my first business, I've asked with a lot of businesses. I was trying to force it, and I asked 6 people. Luckily, they all said no. You know that, Ron?
Mm-hmm.
My first business. I shouldn't say luckily, because it might have turned out like a lot of them might have turned out well. But in general, I asked a lot of people to partner with me. Someone who was visiting me recently down here in Florida told me, I asked him, I was like, I don't even remember that. So don't force it was my point. Like, I'd rather take you, and then maybe a natural partnership falls in your lap.
Yeah, you can do this yourself. What is the cheapest cost for your mailers? So with our handwritten mail on Land Portal, it's like $1.70, but that's handwritten. Like, that is extremely high quality mail. They get really good results. There are postcards you can get as cheap as 40 cents.
That's the handwritten, just to show.
Yeah. How do you find a good area to buy land in? We kind of just talked about that, was choosing an area, how to get started. We got that taken care of. Recommended amount of money to start if focusing on only handwritten direct mail.
Oof, that's expensive. 10,000.
Yeah, you're gonna push 10,000. You'll get a deal well before that. I think if you're doing things right, you're gonna make mistakes. But yeah, I think, yeah, I agree. Probably around $10,000, honestly.
Don't.
We have a lot of repeat customers on the handwritten mail, which is good because they're getting results. Like, once you get that first deal, it's a lot easier to spend the money.
Yeah, but you're gonna make a lot. It's an expensive system to make a mistake off of.
For sure.
I would get deals under your feet, and then like maybe do some, but you start going all in direct mail, things fall through the cracks. You don't even know what to say on the phones. You're not confident yet. You're not closing as many deals as you should. I would get some deals under your belt, maybe send out some handwritten, but don't go all into handwritten right off the rip if you haven't done one deal, is my opinion, because you're going to have deals fall through.
Good question. Is there a way to buy land in non-disclosure states? Yeah, you can. I mean, yeah, land is definitely selling in the non-disclosure states. What becomes, and we just did a podcast or a YouTube live like 2 or 3 weeks ago on non-disclosure states. What becomes more difficult in non-disclosure states is comping land because you don't have sold comps. But yeah, you can buy land all day.
Yeah, non-disclosures are great.
Go ahead, Dan. What'd you say?
I was just saying non-disclosures are a great place to target. But go on.
A couple people asked how much money to get started in. What are your thoughts on this?
Texting 3,000, maybe 2,000 to 3,000 minimum, I'd say, just to give you some longevity in the business. But guys, that's like upfront start. Like, you can run out of that and you might need to spend more and more and more. And then you get a deal and then you make 30 grand and then you can keep spending it. If you have an extra 700 a month, $1,000 a month, if you can put aside $1,000 a month for this business, you can pretty much keep a marketing machine going. And then you're going to close deals as well.
That's good. All right, got 2 of those in there. Very good questions, guys. Keep putting them in. We're going to get through as many as we can. But anyone wants to see us walk through something, like we can take 5 minutes. If there's a common thing, like walk through this, we can definitely walk through a couple of things. Do you ever acquire on-market land deals, and how do you deal with earnest money with agents? Do you ever acquire on? Yeah, you can give earnest money. What you want to do is make sure you're protected when you're giving earnest money. So essentially, yeah, we do on-market deals. A lot of times our on-market deals are improvements. We're subdividing them. It's hard to flip an on-market deal for the most part, just because it's on market. We literally just did a podcast on this. I think it's coming out tomorrow. I could be wrong. It might be next week. But that being said, yeah, you can definitely buy on-market deals, do improvements and earnest money. Just make sure you're protected. 10-day due diligence where you can back out after 9 days and get your earnest money back. And also always have the title company, an attorney, a neutral party hold the earnest money. Don't send it to the agent. They might ask you, don't do that. Send it to the title company. Never let the other party hold your money, like earnest money. I don't like that. What's your most efficient way to do zip code pricing? It's still downloading lists from Redfin, or is there more efficient ways on Land Portal?
Good question. You can do a combination of both. Land Portal does have Land Portal estimate in every export, and you can do a percentage of that. Trying to think. And then do you want to talk about zip code pricing, the difference?
Yeah, I mean, you could even download comps off Land Portal. Even like you can download sold comps off Land Portal instead of doing sold comps off Redfin.
From the market research tab, yeah.
Just from list pulling, even.
Oh yeah, but you can go to but you could go to market comps and put.
You just won't have as much data. You won't have the full data.
Why?
Wetlands, floodplain, you won't have all that. You'll just have the comps, correct? The MOS data.
Yeah, you don't want the full data for pricing, right?
I mean, it could help.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, you can download it from Land Portal as far as getting that data. A lot of it's still the same, Dylan. Like I want to say something's been changed drastically. Like people do use the Land Portal estimate for comping their mail, and it does well. But that being said, like the old way works really well too.
Yeah, it depends if you want to save time. I know people who have done both and go back to Land Portal. Like once but you want to cross-check the Land Portal estimate and go do your own pricing, compare it. Usually it's going to be better than what Ron and I and what you can price at and just general bulk pricing, because it's by latitude and longitude and specific location. When you price by zip code, it's either by zip code or a broad area. Like it's by distance to the properties and the comp. So there's a lot more that goes into the LP estimate. But that being said, just always double check it.
Yep. Survey hack question here from Max. Would you first qualify? I'm guessing would you first qualify the county on zoning regulations before pulling LP lists and best to bid per acre?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Always look at the county. Do market research first. After your market research and you like the county, call the county and look at the restrictions.
You want to make sure your list before you pull it lines up with what you can do. The thing about survey hacking is you just need to split into 2 parcels for the most part. So if you're going after bigger parcels, most counties are going to let you split 2 into 1. But yeah, I would definitely do that. Very nice. Can you make the course a subscription instead of one time?
We talked about this. Land Portal.
How do you get funding for big deals? We talked about it with like getting partners. Like this is similar to that. Like you need to network. You need to talk to people. There are places you can get funding. There's a lot of people that will fund good deals. I think the bigger barrier is finding the deals personally.
Yeah. If you have a deal, typically there are so many funders now. It's only like we've always said that, but there are so many deals or so many funders, way more. It's almost, I don't know the percentage. I would love to see the ratio of funders to investors.
Yeah. All right. I have a land field that 1/4 is a land field that I have had offers on 1 million to 2.3 that I may need help with. Sounds like good offers. You got to sell it. Get a realtor, find a local realtor. If you have a good piece of land that is valued that high, like get an opinion there.
Yeah.
Realtor wouldn't be a bad idea there. Can you do this without Land Portal software that you use? Are there other alternatives to the software you're using, at least for someone starting out? I would say like there are alternatives for sure.
There's always other options. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're going to pay. Like it's not, if it's because you're starting out and you don't want to, like you're trying to find something free or cheap. Like you can go to a county and try to find a list. It's going to take a ton of time. But the Land Portal is not like a crazy price software.
Mm-hmm.
For thousands of dollars a month.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a starting person software. It's a software we have people who just started land today. There's probably people who have already signed up today in this call that are brand new and sign up for Land Portal. And there's people that are sending 1 million texts per month using Land Portal and everything.
Yeah. And there's big businesses using Land Portal. There's a lot of different users on it, but yeah, it's good for everyone. It's really good for starters too. Any value in installing water tap before selling? I mean, a little bit probably, but there's better things I would do with the property, like a septic or a permit or a perk test or
clear
a building area and driveway. Water tap electric, put electric on it. I would do before water. So would it help? Yeah, but there's other things I would do first. Like installing water tap. So you're in city limits at that point if you're tapping into it. But if not, like digging a well will help. Yeah.
Matters what your goal is. So is your goal to get an ROI? Is your goal because no one's interested and everyone's telling you like I need water, like, and that will get you to sell it. Like you're not going to get a great return on your money for it, but it can help you move the land a lot faster.
Yeah.
What are some affordable signature apps for contracts? I mean, Dropbox Sign. I think Dropbox Sign bought HelloSign.
Yeah, HelloSign, Dropbox Sign, DocuSign. What else is there?
I mean, I think you can start at $15 a month, $20 a month.
Yeah, they probably have some free trials somewhere.
They might have cheaper than that, honestly.
Type that into ChatGPT and see too. That's a good question.
I'm coming across a lot of properties on Zillow, Redfin, etc., that have a street address with the number at 0 as a street address. Then when I try to find out on Land Portal, I'm only getting the street. Yeah, you want to search in Land. One, you can search in Land Portal for these pieces of data.
0 means no address though. Explain what 0 means.
Land doesn't have an address a lot of times. If there's no mailbox, land is not. If it's not registered with USPS, it's not going to have a number address essentially. Almost always. So if you scroll down on Zillow, I'll actually show you guys since we haven't done any walkthrough. Let's just find one here. Let's find.
I met Dan Malong in Medellin, Colombia.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. All right, let's go Zillow. Let's just go Macon County, Georgia. I'm going to pull off that question real fast because that's getting kind of busy on there. All right, here's a 0 state road. So what you're going to do here, we'll pull up Land Portal as well. And again, you can actually search this directly on Land Portal. And this is, again, we need to rely on realtors doing things right. On here, you'll see parcel number down here. This is what you'll pull. If you do want to bring something over, especially from Zillow, search by parcel number. So you go APN, we'll go Georgia, and then we'll just type in.
We put all that in, but yeah.
And then here will be the parcel.
And look, there's the MLS details. Click it.
Yep. And then this will be connected here. It's not clickable yet. It's loading the pictures. But as we scroll down, so for everyone who hasn't used it before, as we scroll down here, you can see all the data within Land Portal estimate. Gee, it's kind of interesting. Look at the Land Portal estimate. Look at the asking. I mean, so there, and this is why this is sitting. It's kind of interesting. So Land Portal estimate is estimating what it thinks the value of the price is. Realtor thinks it can sell for $275, but it's been on the market for 213 days and it's not selling. So I would guess that 225 is going to work out pretty well if they drop the price. But again, this is a very random piece of land that I just pulled up. Let me see if that pulls up.
That's solid.
There were two.
Are those the same properties? Yeah.
But yeah, that's how you'll do that. For sure. Good question there. All right, let's get back. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. What we got? We got 5-10 minutes.
Let's keep ripping.
All right, good questions. Just starting my business. I'm noticing in my county research, there's not much data for November, December, January, especially up north. Should I just wait a few months? No, I would go back farther. Go back 12 months. You don't need data in the last 3 months. We're not like, yeah, up north, November, December, January are weird months, especially up north. You can definitely do land right now in northern states. It's warming up. And so, yeah, I would just go back 12 months.
Yeah.
Good question. All right. Tips for building a buyer list. What do you use for CRM? You don't need anything crazy for this. You can, like, there are softwares or there are list management. It's essentially, yeah, it's just I mean, you can use any type of CRM for something like this. You can also use Excel. You can use a pen and paper. Are you trying to find the buyers before you find the sellers? Like, that's kind of my question for you, Ben, or is that how you're trying to do the business? Find buyers, like what's their criteria, and then find sellers? How to find subtitle friendly counties?
Subtitle?
I don't know what subtitle is. Subtitle? I don't know what that is.
And how to find subtitle?
Is that like,
what do you mean by that, Pepper?
Do sub to?
Yeah. Let us know what you mean on that. Friendly counties. Keep moving.
Yes, this Keith, you might not be here anymore, but Keith, this is replayed. You'll be able to watch this on YouTube. I'm scrolling down here. I'm here in the state of Missouri. Personal info. Do you help with that? I'm new to land investing. Curious how the deals with finders are typically structured, typical split, how title is held. Typically, the person who puts the money out, and this is how I do it too, if I fund people's deals, a lot of times, if I'm putting my money out, I want to be on title. It protects me. Some people will fund deals with hard money where it's you owe me 10% or return when the property sells, 15%, whatever that looks like. Some people have a profit split formula where whatever the profit is, the funder gets X percentage. I see 30, 40, 50%, very normal. And the manager, the person who brought the deal, gets the other percentage.
Mm-hmm. For the signature, sign request is what someone said as well for the signature app.
When you pull your list to market, do you have any specifics about land frontage? Are you meaning road frontage? I always want some road frontage if I'm marketing to get land deals. Land frontage.
You can just put road frontage no or yes. I mean, so or landlocked no. I mean, so like is the property landlocked? No. And then it will give you an automatic at least like 25 feet of road frontage. So then everything on your list is going to have it. If you want more road frontage, just put in a bigger number.
Yep. How long should it take to get your first deal if you're doing it full time? If you're texting, it can be fast. Like you can be under contract in 14, 21 days if you get everything up and running. With mail, it's just delayed because like it's a physical thing that has to get to the seller. So I see full cycle a lot of times. I don't want to overpromise here. Like 3 to 5 months is very realistic for full cycle. Selling things is kind of slow right now. So it could be pushed in the 5 month, but a lot of times people have good deals under contract in their first like 60 days. I think the deal's made when you get under contract, when you buy it. Just don't screw up the due diligence.
Yeah.
Kevin, I believe. Kevin, right? What are you seeing is working best with handwritten mailers? So personalizing as much as possible. And I say this a lot. Dan's probably heard it a lot of times. Like make it feel like you are pulling a postcard out of your desk and rating it yourself. That's what it wants to feel like to the seller. You can do that with merge fields. We have so much information on the sellers. Like you can merge a lot of information in there. You can customize some stuff, but yeah, making it feel like you wrote the letter yourself, personalizing it, because that's what the quality of the rating comes out with.
Yeah. Very true. Good point.
What are good indicators that a deal is good?
Price. Physical, make sure all the
comps.
Comps is the main thing, and then you got to make sure the land's good. Like, do you want to buy this property? You got to ask yourself two things: is the land good enough to or is the price good enough to where I want to buy it at this price? And is the land good enough as well? So like you look at it from two different angles. But if both are an A, you got an A price. The land's a B and A. That's really, really good.
Yep. I'm going to kind of zoom through these ones. Do you guys tend to stay away from smaller plots, 1 to 5 acres that require septic? No, we don't have good margin on those for sure. Buying at 50%, pretty much max on smaller lots, unless it's in a really expensive area. Always get perk tests before those. So you make sure.
Yeah, you can get perk tests on those. Those are great. Under 5 acres, especially for someone newer, like 2 acres. We've bought and sold so many 1.5, 2, 3 acre lots our first few years, Ron.
Yeah, it made us a lot of money. What CRM do you recommend? There's a lot of good ones out there. Like, there's a lot of people who are making CRMs. Like I would type in ChatGPT land CRMs, watch some YouTube, like different things might fit your needs a little differently.
Yeah. Like we use Airtable, customized Airtable. You can use, there's Pebble, there's Stride, there's a bunch of them. I can't, yeah.
What are your thoughts about using a voice bot to cold call seller leads? Also, there are states that have rules against mass texting sellers. I'm not sure on the texting stuff. It is not legal. There are serious compliance issues with cold calling using a bot. I would not suggest that as the first target, as the first contact. Can you touch on market deals that can still be profitable if you resell? You got to subdivide. For the most part, you look for on market deals with a lot of road frontage that you can cut up and subdivide friendly areas.
There's a lot of them. Really good opportunity. Really good question.
How do you target on market deals for subdivides? You call the realtor, text the realtor, get in contact with them.
Well, you can go also though, go to Land Portal, put in your market and on the filtered search, and then there's a MLS tab or MLS area. You click it. You want anything for sale with 1,000 feet of road frontage above 20 acres that's on the market for sale right now. So it's an active listing. and then it'll pull up in those areas, all of them with 1,000 feet. That's where I would start.
Would you guys have the time today to do live? Unfortunately not, DJ. Not today. We'll do this. We'll maybe next week. We have next week. Put it on your calendars, guys. We have Nicholas Nick from Lead Mining Pros coming on next week. Do not miss that one. Put it on your calendars. Next week it's going to start 15 minutes early, 5:15.
It's all about getting on the phone,
cold calling, closing deals. He is
closing deals.
He's a guru with it. Yeah. He's a beast. What is the best way to find buyers for an area that we market so that we buyers post it up everywhere? Facebook, land.com, MLS. What's your opinion on land investors versus the amount of property out there? Still a ton of opportunity. Anywhere to see videos answering calls from leads would be great conversations. We do have some in our paid course, landinvestingonline.com. What utilities and characteristics are necessary for a lot to have?
None.
Power, none of those really. Just access, the ability to get them.
Or access, but road access is best. You need access to a lot of things, whatever. You don't need much on land, though.
Peppered Ice was a engaged viewer today. Appreciate that. A lot of good questions. How do you find reliable title companies in different markets or nationwide? That one, you also what makes Land Portal stand out relative to other systems? I'm not familiar with Freedom Soft. Land Portal, we are built for land. There are people doing houses, other stuff on it, but everything around it is built for being a successful land investor. When pulling a list to pull on Land Portal, the gray circles, dots indicate the properties. Can you show how to remove unwanted parcels in the 3D map view? So I don't know if you can do that in 3D view. You don't need 3D. You just need the 2D, but there'll be check boxes over. You just need to uncheck them.
Yeah, don't do it from, you won't be able to do that from 3D map takes a lot of computing power. It's like its own little thing.
Yeah. Replay will be on here, guys. Sorry I had to rush through at the end. We had to get to our members call. Bring questions every week. Obviously this week was more focused on just Q&A. We'll have, like I said, we'll have Nicholas Nick from Lead Mining Pros on next week. Cold calling, how to close deals. Please put that on your calendar, guys. I'm actually going to put that in the chat real fast, Dan, because that is actually already scheduled on YouTube.
Click this link, guys. Ron's going to put it in the chat. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel to get these notifications as well. If you guys want sales in general, whether you're in this space or not, like getting on the phone with potential sellers, it's a sales role. We're diving deep next week with Nicholas Nick. He's the founder of leadminingpros.com. He gets you leads for you and has a cold calling company that gets leads, but he has such good insight to how cold calling works and best practices. We're going to dive in from that point of view.
Don't click this link, just copy it and then put it in your calendar, something like that. 5:15 Eastern time, hit a notification bell on there. We will see you guys next week. Have a good week, everybody.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Thanks.